A cargo ship dropped its anchor in the Baltic Sea and snapped Europe's lifeline. Several NATO leaders have described this as Russia's hybrid warfare. They fear that today it is communication cables, tomorrow it could be pipelines, the day after ports, and then a direct military confrontation. This wave rising from the Baltic Sea is a warning of war knocking at Europe's door. Will 2026 prove to be the year of war between Russia and NATO? Has it already begun? And has this beginning emerged from the depths of the sea? Watch this report. The very first day of 2026, and the first signal of war emerges from the Baltic Sea. The shadow war between Russia and NATO has now descended into the depths of the ocean. Above the sea, warships from 10 countries were deployed. Below the surface, submarines were on alert. Despite this, Russia delivered a major blow to NATO countries in the Baltic Sea. A cargo ship from Russia's so-called Shadow Fleet severed 5 communication cables stretching nearly 64 kilometers under the sea, cables that carry internet connectivity and data transmission. This hybrid warfare between Russia and NATO could ignite the flames of war that began in Ukraine and spread across Europe. The Gulf of Finland, bordered by major cities like Helsinki, Tallinn, and St. Petersburg, has become the most sensitive zone in the Baltic Sea. On one side lies Helsinki, on the other Tallinn, and straight ahead St. Petersburg. On New Year's Day, a ship was intercepted here. Its name, Fitberg. This was no ordinary cargo ship. It is believed to be part of Russia's Shadow Fleet, vessels designed to wage war without firing a single shot. The cargo ship dropped its anchor deep into the seabed. Then, dragging the massive iron chain and multi-ton anchor forward, it snagged fiber optic cables lying on the sea floor. One by one, the cables became entangled and snapped. Not 1 or 2, but at least 5 submarine communication cables belonging to Estonia were damaged, shaking the digital lifeline between Helsinki and Tallinn. As these 5 submarine cables were severed, communication systems in several areas began to fail. At 4:53 a.m., telecom company Elisa sounded the first alarm. Within hours, the Finnish border guard sprang into action. Helicopters, patrol boats, and warships were deployed, and the Russian Shadow Fleet vessel Fitberg was detained in Finnish waters. There was no explosion, no underwater naval operation, yet NATO's communication network was disrupted. Now look at how 5 major fiber optic cables running through the Baltic Sea were cut. A cargo ship traveling from St. Petersburg, Russia's 4th largest city, to Israel's Haifa port, dropped its heavy anchor mid-journey, dragging it along the seabed. In the process, several major communication cables running through the Baltic Sea were caught and severed. At least 5 Estonian optical cables were damaged by the ship's anchor. The vessel was later apprehended in the Gulf of Finland. NATO countries now describe it as part of Russia's Shadow Fleet. Finnish President Alexander Stubb has claimed that this was a Russian ship and part of Russia's hybrid warfare strategy. In a December 2025 report, Germany had warned that Russia would intensify shadow attacks against undersea infrastructure, wind turbines, and oil rigs. The start of this year appears to confirm those fears. The crew included individuals from Russia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan, but such multinational crews are a hallmark of Russia's Shadow Fleet. This is Putin's hybrid war, where missiles are not fired. Instead, anchors are dragged to cut the enemy's communication cables. The battlefield of this hybrid war is now the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea is Europe's digital and energy artery. 35 major fiber optic cables pass through it. Nearly 95% of Europe's internet traffic depends on these submarine cables. In addition, power lines, oil pipelines, and gas pipelines also run through this region. If these are disrupted, the internet shuts down, electricity fails, markets collapse, and NATO countries are left helpless. That is precisely what Putin wants. But NATO countries do not want to appear helpless or weak. This is why even before this incident, Finland had deployed F-35 fighter jets. Europe is now building its largest F-35 fleet to counter Putin's hybrid warfare and protect European nations. The question arises, if such vital communication lines pass through the Baltic Sea and can be damaged even by a cargo ship's anchor, what are NATO countries doing to protect them? The answer is NATO's Operation Baltic Sentry. To protect more than 35 major submarine cables, NATO has formed a fleet comprising 10 countries: Finland, Sweden, Germany, Denmark, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, the Netherlands, France, Estonia, along with the United States. More than 20 warships and at least 8 submarines remain permanently deployed in the Baltic Sea. Over 5 maritime surveillance aircraft patrol the region 24/7. NATO's Baltic Sentry operation also uses advanced AI-based monitoring systems. Following the cable attack, German Chancellor Merz stated in his New Year address that Russia is no longer just a threat to Ukraine, but the greatest threat to all of Europe. This suggests that even the German Chancellor sees this year as a potential year of conflict between Russia and NATO. This concern is amplified by the fact that Donald Trump appears to be distancing himself from Europe. Reports suggest that after Russia's Victory Day parade on May 9th, Trump referred to Russia as invincible and hesitated to impose sanctions. European leaders, including Zelensky and Friedrich Merz, believe that in 2025, Trump adopted a tougher stance towards Europe while being more lenient towards Putin. If tensions between Russia and NATO escalate, the US may step back, posing the greatest possible danger for Europe.